Yo, what's really good though? It's your girl Yezzi, Yezzir.
It's your girl AY, you don't know already.
And you are watching Hey Sis,
where we talk about our opinions. Okay, drop some gems. And if you not like it, you can kick rocks.
Standard. Okay, so we are on episode 6. Episode 6.
To the end of the road, still I can't let it go. It's emotional.
Oh yeah.
You belong to me.
Come on.
I belong to you.
Listen. No. That's a season finale. If you're going to end the season, end it well with vocals. No auto-tune as well, you know. No auto-tune. Listen, puts at there. Boom. But yeah, man, we are to the end of our season, and it's only right that we end it well on a good conversation. A lot of gems. I'm talking with raining down on gems with this one. And
honestly,
for this episode, we're going to talk about, is university worth it? Let's talk about it.
I mean, I feel like it's worth it for certain things. However, unless I feel like in this day and age, if it's not offering some sort of work experience, at least.
Yeah.
Okay, at least the minimum apprenticeship, something.
Yeah.
It's useless. Because in this game, people are walking around with degrees left, right, and center. What does that mean? You're not doing degree, you're doing masters, but you have no experience.
Yep.
What does that mean? People out here that don't have that much, have more experience, and are getting the jobs that you went to go and study.
And higher salaries because...
that you want to go and now do big debt on.
Yeah. The average salary for a graduate is about 20 to 23,000 per annum before tax. And a lot of people, they go into it with hopes of being able to, I don't know, have higher. Let's just say the 30,000 bracket per annum. And, you know, a lot of dreams are being sold. And there's something you pointed at, that you touched on, that I really feel like people underestimate. Please, we can't underestimate an apprenticeship, whether paid or not, or just pure work experience. Because a lot of people went in to do degrees, and I saw it. When you spend first, second, third year, you see people drop like flies. Most of the time, these are people that didn't really know what they were getting themselves into and thought, it sounds good, or my parents want me to do it, or it sounds like I'll get a cushy career. Some of these careers, like the ones that parents like ideally, they're about 7 to 10 years in the making of just education alone. We're talking about your doctors, lawyers, accountants, things that parents like to brag at at the gatherings when they went to go to visit their friends. But you're dying inside.
Exactly.
And then you either end up doing it and it's still not worth it, depending on what salary you're getting. You still don't care.
You still have to grind from the bottom anyway.
You still have to grind.
You can do all of that.
Or you go into it and you end up dropping it out, and this country doesn't care. You still owe money with interest. So you might have only did the first year or your second year, figured it wasn't for you, and good for you. Like, shout out to the people that realized from early that it's not for me. I don't care what people might say. I'm leaving, but there's still a hefty debt. And I feel that when you are in college, you're at the tender age of 16. You don't know what kind of loan you're taking on.
No.
Like, going from college, the transition from college to university and having one of the biggest debts you will ever have in your life is mad. And then all they'll tell you to do is, go on UCAS, fill this out, and get into school.
Yeah, man. Like, you don't get warmed up about it.
No, especially the figure side of things.
Yeah. But what about the social / experience?
I feel like the social experience is good. No, definitely.
Yeah.
I feel like it's good because when you're young and you're 17 or 16, when you're younger, then before you can go uni, unless you're them brainiacs that skip past people, you don't get to experience you don't get to see why adults, because at that time you still see adults 23, 24 as adults. That time you're thinking they're adults. You're big adults. They're not adults. Do you know what I mean? But you think they are. So you're seeing them turn up, you're seeing them go out and live life. So you want that. So obviously when you go uni, that's the experience. You get to experience that.
Yeah.
Oh, they're drinking. Why do people always drinking and get so waved and dancing and being crazy and have these all wild memories? You're trying to experience what you've heard and been, you know what I mean? That kind of stuff.
Yeah, from
and
16 to 18, you're gassed up, waiting.
Exactly.
You're waiting for this opportunity.
You go out a couple of times.
Twitter gets you gassed up.
Exactly.
With bar fests.
Exactly. You go a couple of times, and if you're a big rebel, okay, cool, you be doing, unless you can finesse in bars and clubs, you really can't really get in and experience
that campus life.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's until you go uni. So that's a great experience for that. And you get to meet different people, which I think is key, because when you're younger, you're mostly concentrated with the same people from when you're some people from primary.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So uni opens up the doors for you to meet people from outside of your area,
different walks of life,
outside of London, outside of Manchester, where it is, it's just outside, different walks of life, experience different things and different types of people within those walks of life. So you learn some stuff. It can help. And I think that's good. I don't know if that's the hallmark for kids though. Like
I don't
us,
think so. I feel like you can get outside of uni.
Because I feel like we kind of use that as an excuse for a lot of times. Uni experience though, people are like, okay, I'm sold then. Maybe I should go because of uni experience. Uni experience 3 years. Because for the 3 years, you don't realize
this is 3 years.
It's 3 years of your time.
It flies by.
That you might by the end of the year think, I hate this. This makes me, I'm actually depressed because of this course. But now I have to see through, because not only that, it's like, I might be getting the uni experience, but I'm not getting the extra. No one tells you about the extra stuff. Everyone just sells you on the uni experience.
That's it.
That might help you change. Uni didn't help me. It didn't help a lot of people change. It didn't help me. It didn't help a lot of people change. It don't help because you're still young. You don't know yourself, and you still won't know yourself. You do the same things that you did in uni when you're outside.
And I feel that's an important thing as well. When you're in college, let's just say 2 to 3 years. If the things didn't go too smoothly, let's just say max 3 years, minimum 2 years. Do you really, and ask yourself in the places that you went to, do you feel like you got enough prep from your teachers to prepare you mentally for what you are going to take on with university? Because the transition from college to university, they are very different ball games. Do you know the loan you're taking out on a student loan? Now, how many of us actually knew what we were signing and how much it was for and what the interest was and what we actually owe at the end? How many of us really looked at the syllabus and the modules that were involved in our courses and thought, I can do this? Because they do it. They put how many hours of reading is needed. I don't think a lot of people like
the average at least amount of hours needed. They don't even put that, like nothing.
We're talking about for some courses over 100 hours per module of reading. Did we know that? And even when we got into university, are the teachers well equipped to assist? Do we take the things like guidance counselors seriously when we're in university?
Because people go through it, in uni. Uni will test you.
It will.
And there's so many people that go through it in uni, and they're just like, they go to try and get help. The help's not there.
It's not there.
Do you know what I mean?
We don't take it serious. They don't take it serious.
About that.
Institutions,
they don't prepare you about that. They don't prepare you about when you're third year, such things as dissertations. They don't prepare you that, you're going to get to a point, if you get to the end's going to require even 3 times more.
Yeah.
And it can be hard. Some people get to the end and don't finish because by that time they're depleted.
It's a mental struggle. And I feel like a lot of institutions are quick to take a check. They're quick to take you on as a student, but they're not ready to really. You have some brochures of some universities going, we've produced the most CEOs and execs from our uni. How many of you are really prepping for the next generation of leaders? Exactly. Really and truly, because you have a lot of people out there that aren't prepared for the job aspect of being. I know people that are staying in school because they're afraid of the real world. Like,
a lot of people do that.
School's all you've ever known, and I get that. And don't get me wrong, depending on what you're studying, if we're talking, healthcare, just different industries where you need to read for it, law, accounting, whatever,
psychology,
things like that. You go to university and you take in every bit of that experience and enjoy it. But whatever you do it well, because when you don't enjoy something, it'll catch up with you in the end. And with that being said, university is worth it depending on what kind of career path you want to go into. But there are a lot of different other careers that you can have where you can do short courses. You can be very much self-taught, and then there's private institutions and exam halls where you can just pay to do the exams. The same exams at your own pace without the pressures of a university framework and being able to pass and get your fancy cap and gown. There's a lot of, even with it, like for example, certain, like, let me just say, marketing or PR advertising thing. There's so many different roles where you can buy the books because you're really paying for the books for the course. Yeah, you read up on it. There's different examination halls where they'll be like, yeah, you pay X amount to do the exam.
Yeah.
When you want to, go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Property industry has the same
There's
thing.
so many different avenues like that you can take, especially now.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it was one way.
And we weren't privy to the information as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now you've got it all in the palm of your hand.
Google's exposed a lot of people.
Exactly.
And you're at a university, and if you notice, like, for example, like there's Goldsmith now, they're offering a lot of short courses now because they know it's out there. So they think, okay, instead of people outsourcing short courses, let's just capitalize on that and offer it. Before it was, let's lock them in for 3 years, or only mature students can do certain type of courses. Now everyone can do it.
Exactly. So it's like you might as well just find what's best for you and what you might be like, what you're interested in, going through. Do you know what I mean? And make sure that you also actually at least like it, bro. And I know that because a lot of people don't like what they do, and I know at home. For some, it's like, oh, but my parents and blah, blah, blah. But you know what? I'm not going to lie. As like parents now are definitely more like open to the different venues and revenues in life, like what you can take.
Because they're seeing more people making money from it.
Exactly. So do that. Like have that conversation because, bruh, if you're going uni and doing certain courses where you didn't need to do that at uni, that you're better off having experience and actually going out there. Yeah. It's a waste. You come back and you turn around and be like, bro, now I'm in debt. You forget about that debt until when you get a job. Yeah, I want my monies.
And also, we need to study the likelihood of getting a job in the field that you study. A lot of people study a course and then they get shocked about, oh my gosh, the competition's so high and why is it so hard to get a job? Had you studied it before, you could have prepped yourself mentally to know, okay, it might take a year after graduating for me to get the dream job.
Yeah.
But what happens is people don't look into it. They get to month, 5, 6 post graduation and they're like, oh, it's not for me, and they give up. But if you mentally prepared yourself and knowing I won't get that job until a year into it because of the competition in this industry, then you can prepare yourself. Yeah. And it's like as well with the apprenticeships, there's some good apprenticeships paid even 1 or 2 years, and then you're already in the salary of the job that you would have spent 3-5 years studying.
People from apprenticeship got jobs.
That's it. And the person that's in university studying it, great, you've got the theory side of things done, but that person's just been spent 2 years sucking up to the bosses, already got a personal relationship and know the practical side of what you've been studying the theory side of. Exactly. And they're now ahead of you theoretically 2 years in the making, if not 3. And then you're like, and then you come into a place where, and I've got a degree, and a lot of people with degrees, they kind of have this kind of mentality when they enter a room, I deserve everything.
Entitlement, because it's like, I got the degree.
Yeah.
Therefore, I should have it.
But we're in a day and age, your degree has to be backed with a certain level of connections. Yeah. They did not create platforms like LinkedIn for fun because everyone wanted to show off their new job titles. No, for real talk. It's not just to prey on people. Yeah. LinkedIn really was linking in. You use that to network while you're studying your degree course. You use that to say, oh, if I'm studying film and I'm friends with someone on LinkedIn that's a filmmaker, I'm DMing every day, can I be on set?
Yeah.
And writers, and if you've got a publishing company, whatever, you use that to be ahead of the curb. But I don't think we use utensils like this. Social media, as fun as it is to slide in someone's DM, there's things like Bumble, based on just business alone. It's not just a dating app. There's Bumble has dating, friendship, and business.
Swear down. I mean, I don't know. I don't use Bumble.
I'm telling you, these things exist, but we don't look into it.
Okay.
Same with Twitter. Yeah.
So, in knowing what you know now, if you could go back, would you still do your degree, get your uni experience, or would you have done something else? And if so, what would you have done?
I've definitely done something else. I mean, I was one of those people anyways that I didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew I had a passion for music and that. I knew that. But at that time, I was shook. Because I was afraid to produce anything that music, perform and actually do my own music kind of thing. At that time, I was happier just creating behind the scenes kind of thing. But I'd go back and change it because I went to study sociology for a year in Portsmouth. And
Portsmouth.
yeah, Portsmouth was lovely. You know what I mean? It's lit, in fact, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got this uni students and that. It's cheap.
The nightlife must have been popping in
cheap
Portsmouth.
as well, man. It's cheap, man.
Cheap and cheerful.
It's cheap and cheerful, man. You're saving them loads in Portsmouth.
No, I can
man.
imagine. What's seaside?
£3 for going. Going for a travel that's like about half an hour. You're thinking £3.
Road trip to Portsmouth, yeah. The way you're talking about it.
Listen, Portsmouth's lit, you know. The uni students and that, everything get me. But no, honestly, I had fun in that. But in this, throughout it, like I was speaking to other people that were studying sociology, and like when they asked me, "Oh, so why are you studying sociology? Like, what do you want to do?" And I was like, "What can you get with sociology? I don't really. I'm studying this because my mom wants me to go uni, and I have to go because I have no choice. I don't have a chance. I don't have an opportunity to figure myself out. I have to just be there right now
in the mist.
In the mist. Do you know what I mean? Whilst everyone else, all my friends are in uni." And then I was just like, I don't know, what do people do with sociology? A social worker, I guess? Like, you can get a job like that, I guess, with sociology. I didn't know nothing. And so I spent a whole year doing something I didn't like, didn't even study at the end, dropped out. And it was just like, now I'm doing what I want to do. But it's like, that's money that I have to pay, though.
Yeah.
That's money I have to pay.
That's not a debt you're running from.
It's not going away,
No,
know?
straight. And they take it from the salary.
And if let's say I make it tomorrow, I make 50 mil tomorrow. I wake up 50 mil.
They're chopping that.
They say, give me my money. Give me my money. Remember you studied sociology? Yeah, you remember those classes you didn't attend?
Remember us?
Yeah, you remember when you were going out smoking and drinking instead of class?
Yep.
Yeah, I want my money.
Yep.
I want my money. And that's how it is. That's how it is. Like,
No.
I wish if I went back, I would have preferred to have done music but not have gone to like not in uni. I would have preferred going to maybe a music school for a year or so, like depending on the type of courses, because they do music schools, like they do different types of courses and stuff, or performing arts or whatever, something that would at least help me when it comes to music and stuff, and then gone. But I wouldn't study. I would something to do performing arts. I would do that.
Fair dues.
What about you?
For me, I feel like because with law, it's very much you're left to your own devices. It's very competitive. I learned to be very good at being self-taught. So I probably wouldn't do it again because I didn't really go into the traditional side of it. I ended up teaching myself about a specialist area, which is entertainment law. So if I were to study something, I probably would have studied PR and marketing because I ended up just having businesses anyway. And I have a genuine interest in marketing and business and branding. So I would have studied that maybe on a short course basis and or did university in a company that would actually working in-house in a PR and marketing company. And then the legalities of whatever I'm doing within PR and marketing, I would have just bought the books and taught myself.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I hear that.
So that's a no. But hey, you live and you learn. You live and you learn.
No.
Nah.
This is no.
No, it was a lot of modules that I didn't care for. A lot of modules I'm not using today. So if I read the syllabus and knew what I was getting, and I read more into what I was getting into, I would have said, okay, I like that. I'll just study that, use that for what I want to do. And then if I'm going to do a course in something, it would have been and another good takeaway is that do what's your forte. And I know it sounds easy. Maybe I want to challenge myself. Okay. Do what's your forte.
Know, though, sometimes you don't know. And I guess when they do, like, play devil's advocate. But
yeah, go ahead.
Obviously, sometimes you don't really know, innit? Like, that's why you go to uni. And, like, the first year, you might be studying different.
But that's the work experience side of things. Like, do work experience. Even if you do a different placement every month, you can say it's not for me done. And you don't have a hefty depth on your head. Go to another place until you go, okay. And that's why, we need to stop having this kind of stigma of if someone does a gap year, it's because they're unsure of themselves or they're not going to go back to uni. Or if they do one in between their course, they're totally out of it. Gap years are there to discover yourself. It's not about I don't know who I am. It's because I want to discover what I like. And that's not
but
bad.
But you don't know. It's just like, it's a good thing.
But people make it look like, they must be lost. What are they doing a gap? Stop wasting time.
If you're working and you've got a gap year, it's not like as if you're just being a bum. At least you're trying. You're saying, okay, cool. Well, let me make some money.
And even if you're
whilst
not,
I figure myself as to where I want to also make money from,
so you can be self-sufficient.
Exactly.
So I would say anyone that's even if you're having doubts about uni, then you need to take a step back and really ask yourself, why am I doing what I'm doing?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with getting yourself a modest part-time job.
Exactly.
Please do not try to keep up with the Joneses.
No.
Trust me, that Gucci belt can be bought at any point in your life.
It's not running.
It's not running anywhere. Trust me, they will be there. And whoever's your friends now, it's not about what drip you can afford or what holiday you can go on to. Get yourself a modest part-time job. The reason why I say part-time is so it doesn't take you away from what your passions are. That you're so exhausted by the time you come home, you have no time to invest in you, because Project You is the biggest investment you'll ever make.
Period.
Get yourself a modest part-time job. Apply for as many apprenticeships there are out there, paid or not paid. Be humble. It's not every day you get paid, and have fun in exploring who you are, because from 16 to 18 you haven't got a clue, and 18 post to whatever age, even 30, 35 plus. There's a lot of discovering
themselves out.
They're still figuring it. Please don't think you need to have all the answers at GCSE age.
Bruh.
Don't think you have to have all the answers at freaking oh my gosh, what do you do in college again?
17, 16, 17,
No, what's
18? A-levels?
A-levels,
Like,
at A-level
depending
age,
on
A-level age,
Yeah.
university age. Please
man.
don't pressure yourself. Like, there's fun in the
Enjoy-
discovery.
Yeah, exactly. Figuring yourself out. Enjoy it also being young, because time flies, Sha.
It flies and it waits for nobody. So
Enjoy it for nobody.
final takeaways you got for the people out there. And also, yeah, if you are happy with what you studied in university and you have no regrets, let us know. If you feel like you would have done something else in a different path, that you would have gone up, leave a comment down below. And you don't know, you could be helping someone else that's discovering what they need to do. So yeah, any final takeaways for the people out there?
I would say, yeah, give yourself time. Allow yourself to actually figure yourself out. Do you know what I mean? Give yourself that, at least that. Come on, because in this life, it's one life, you know.
It's only
one life. So give yourself that chance, and know that, first of all, there's different revenues you can go into. There's also people you can talk to if you're unsure about things. Do you know what I'm saying? Reach out to those people. There's so many people out here that have studied the same things that you might be interested in. Reach out to them, talk to them, whether it's from your school when they come to do talks or whatever it is. There's so many different places you can also reach out if you're not 100% sure, but take time if you're not 100% sure of what you want to do in uni, because you don't want to waste your time and going into something and then come out of it and you're thinking, I just wasted 3 years of my life doing something and studying something I don't like. I'm never going to pursue it in a business aspect at all. I'm going to a different way. That is not what you want to do. And if you want to go and study uni and go to uni, go through the whole process, do that as well. Do you know what I mean? But make sure it's something that you have more interest in than something else, because you never know what you actually really have interest in. You can end up finding out something else completely, but make sure that's what you want, have the strongest interest in. Yeah.
And a little tip, and my final takeaway is 2 tips. If you want to be sure of what you're getting yourself into, go into LinkedIn and type whatever you're interested in. Someone's doing it or they've done it. So if there's a uni, they'll connect you to someone that went to that university and might just so happen be doing the same course and got a job in that same sector. So ask them simple stuff like, how long did it take for you to get this job after you graduated? Did you do placements while you were at uni? And can I apply to the same places? Because now you already know who's going to be accepting students. Exactly. Another website is called Glassdoors.
Oh yeah,
so,
Glassdoors is good.
Glassdoors is good. They be snitching on people and it's needed.
Yes, you do.
I'm telling you, they be snitching differently. Let me tell you, Glassdoors saved me from some hellholes.
Yep,
so if there's anywhere you want to work, even if it's freaking,
yes, it will tell you. People will leave reviews. Trust.
No, that's the thing. They'll leave reviews and on different aspects. So if you wanted to work in, I don't know, Apple in a certain area, a certain branch, ex-employees will leave a review so you know exactly what you're getting yourself into, or at least have a better idea. But that's it from us. You've been watching Hey Sis, stay locked in.
I know.
Woo! That's a whole season, yo.